A very, very warm good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. It is Tuesday, the 17th of February, 2026. It's another Indian football and more discussion we have had over the weekend. The start of the Indian Super League, the Indian under 17 boys are preparing for the AFC under 17 Asian Cup and other things. We'll talk about it. The I League has been rebranded to being the Indian Football League and all these other things. But before I go into those things, as always, a reminder, if you like the conversation that we're having on this channel, if you like what we're talking about, do leave a like behind, share it with other people to join in our conversations, become part of our conversations. And of course, if you haven't, do subscribe to Arun Foot here on YouTube. We stand at 3,778 subscribers as I speak to you. So we're slowly edging towards the 4,000 marks. Thank you very much. And of course, also watch the short videos that I've been making or do, which I make on a regular basis. Did something yesterday in regard to that the ISL finally back, the I League becoming the Indian Football League, and before that, of course, ISL kickoff. Before that, my two-part interview with Sandeep Menon as well, which is very interesting. The under 17 Asian Cup draw, and so therefore, let's see what all happens. So therefore, that's important. And of course, a big thank you for all of those who watched my live watch-alongs over the weekend, because the Mohun Bagan versus Kerala Blasters game has become the most watched, single game, so to say, on this channel. Thank you very much for that. And therefore, as always, thank you for your support. And the idea is on Thursday to do a live watch along of Mumbai City Football Club versus Chennai FC from the Mumbai Football Arena. So therefore, I'm looking forward to that. Hi, Kumar. Welcome back. She says, Dada, it's possible that the next season might take place much better than this season. It's just going to drown again. Shivam, I've said this now, you know, multiple times to everyone, anyone and everyone. At the moment, it is about this season. Even if this season ends up being great, it could be really a good, interesting season that's coming up. If the financial numbers at the back end don't add up, people are now going to pull the plug. And that is the main question. It's not a question of how the league is organized or run or what's the broadcast, what is this. It is at the bottom line, at the end of it, and yeah, it's all um, yeah, it's we again, anyone talking about the next season, anyone talking about the 20-year contract and all that stuff, all those things have to be worked out, and there's too much of uncertainty at the moment. Therefore, for me, again, those questions, yes, of course, 100% they arise, but the question, there are too many questions which are open, in my opinion. So therefore, there is no clarity on those things, and therefore that has to be, that we need to keep in mind. There is a lot of work to be done in those things. Yusuf as a Jari was superb. Was just like a perfect number 9, right time and right place, a perfect center forward. Yeah, good start. Not only for him but also for East Bengal FC. They have one of the strongest teams in the ISL. Let's see if they're able to sign a sixth foreigner or not, but it looks good at the moment. Kudos to AIFF that they didn't allow Chaudhuris to continue the nuisance. Have they, Shubham? Sorry, Shivam? Shivam, have they really? Or is it that something in the background is brewing, which you might not know, which I might have heard? It's not over yet. The ISL is started. The I League is set to start. Churchill Brothers is part of none of the two leagues. Uh, you know, uh, and um, and so therefore, for me, it is going to be the challenge of where do we stand, what happens, how it happens, and yeah, it is for me. Um, it is unacceptable, and therefore, the behavior of Churchill Brothers is just an embarrassment in the end. I've seen your German TV coverage. You're covered with jacket and with energetic coverage. Thanks, Kumar. I mean, if you watched, yeah, that was Carnival over the weekend here. Very cold, freezing temperatures. I think 6 layers of clothes, but yeah, we enjoyed ourselves. India 17 beat CSK Moscow 4-2. It was a great result. Hitesh, it's a great result, but it's a friendly, as I always say, in a positive or in a negative. I don't know how good or how bad the opponents are. Therefore, it's always very, very difficult to judge. Are they playing their best players? Are they not playing their best players? Um, Again, I saw the matches against Turkey, and against Turkey, we were not good, right? The first one, we could have lost by 5, 6 goals. The second one, we did concede 6 goals, and those are just simple realities. So, therefore, I am not expecting much. Sarah, no Indian are overlapping so much. Today, Mohamed Sohail played against Northeast United FC in RFDL, no goal, and same Indians say he is European talent. X9P, he can be a future quality player for us, but to me, um, and so the problem here is very, very simple. He is not European talent. Anyone who says who's European talent doesn't, sorry, again, and I'm blunt about these things these days, um, not European talent, you know, and yeah, those are the realities. Good evening, Siddharth. Welcome back. With such an owner and so much issue, it's music to my ears that at least the team is training. After so much bombardment on the club saying it would cease to exist, it's still at least here. Aditya, it's good. You know, um, um, so therefore for me, that Odisha FC still exists, that Odisha FC still is around. That I think is the biggest and most important piece of news to you and to me and to all of us who love football, because I think and there the credit goes to not only Rohan but to the Sharma family to keeping the thing alive, even if it's on the back burner in a small way. But to me, it's very, very important that the club is still alive. Again, as I said a little earlier to Shivam, I do not know what will happen next season. Again, whatever happens this season is nice. It might look really good, but at the end of the day, the biggest question is at the back end is about funding and finance. And if that is not sorted, we don't have to talk about other things at all. So that's the reality of the situation at the moment. Too much halla who for, and look at the attendance support. Siddharth, again, if there was an exponential growth of people following Indian football, many, many more would have joined us in our conversations, be it here, be it otherwise. And, um, so therefore for me, I don't know. Um, so therefore for me, yeah, it was good to see the crowds in Bangalore, right? But again, BFC has gone dramatically down with the pricing. The same is being done by Mumbai City. So they are trying to get the numbers in. On the other side, Jamshedpur, massive disappointment. I thought Jamshedpur would come around. Um, Goa has been a problem. I mean, the numbers have been dwindling for a while, but FC Goa moving into the thousands is you know is a big problem. Mohun Bagan 30,000. I didn't see 30,000 people, so therefore in Kolkata, I always sometimes have my question: is are the numbers, do they add up to really what is in the stadium? At least what I saw from video footage and from pictures, I didn't think that 30,000 people were there. But again, Mohun Bagan Super Giants are champions, and in Kolkata it's business as usual. So therefore, not too many people were bothered or concerned about things. So that's also a reality. Um, yeah. So therefore, those are things. So therefore. We all need to keep pushing. We need to ask for the support, and let's see what happens in the future. Ashish said that someone gave ideas just about this, that interim managing committee of ISL give approval, then they can join. Then judge about this called Goa political connections and Delhi government to put pressure on FC Goa owner and SC Delhi owner. Then club, then both thought suspend the committee. They do not own the decision. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe that was the way that it was done. Maybe it was not the way it was done. Again, there are different versions to the story, but that political pressure was put on people. That's clearly evident, and it didn't work. And the question, and I've asked this question multiple times in the last few months: why is the AIFF entertaining all of this? So therefore, for me, it's a little, yeah, it's the way it is. It is the way it is, and it's a bit of a problem. Just came and noticed you haven't switched on the lights today in camera, a little hazy background. Sunny today. Okay, is it? Wait one sec. Let me just clear this. Is this better? I don't think it's better. No? It's the same thing. It's weird. It's yeah. It's raining actually outside. I need to put on the big lights. 1 second. It's maybe this looks better. No, it's it's sadly a little. Yeah, I don't know. Weather's weird over here. It's been the way it is. Goa is always disappointed when it comes to football trends, even in I League, like 1K, even after a team playing in ACL. I'd even say in 2000, Kalingas was higher than FC Goa. Aditya, I don't remember what the numbers were. And again, this comparison makes no sense because FC Goa has been, as FC Goa has been different than the other teams. I know that a lot of people tell, oh, you know what, I League, this, that, everything. Uh, um, so therefore, for me, it is. It's a problem. It was a problem, and again, nothing has sadly changed at the moment. Now, East Bengal and Northeast United was given answers so far this season. Okay, Kumar. I think the Ripashi would come around eventually. They would start slow, but as the team performs good, the stadium always fills up. I think that let's wait and see. I think I know that Jamshedpur FC communicated a lot. The media team was very, very active, has pushed a lot of stories, and yeah, therefore, let's wait and see what happens. Indian women playing any friendlies? How is the preparation going? Almost 10 days since tournament kicks off. Shalnata, I have not heard anything. It's not 10 days, it's about 15 days left still. We're on the 17th. But I've not heard anything. They were supposed to play one or two friendlies. Yes, taking care of it, Sid. So at multiple events same time, so crowd became again. Raj, this reasoning, oh, you know what, this, and I know we've had this conversation lot of places. Oh, there are, a lot of stuff, types of entertainment, this, that, everything, blah, blah, whatever. And to me, if that is always going to be the reason why people are unable to attend football matches, then to me, it's a problem, right? So therefore, for me, we want to talk about things. We need to move out of that sort of space um, of yeah, of what needs to be done, what needs to happen. Don't want to allow it. What Carnival means regional Brazil, like in Germany. Kumar, bigger, even bigger than Rio. Carnival is quite big over here. Goku says, Madrid. So how GM daily is given free and no ticket charges, then also people don't come, only see ground stuff. That's, yeah, that's Delhi for you. Again, the venue is too big, everything is too far away. For me, it's not a ideal football stadium. But yeah, let's see. I mean, Sporting Club Delhi is talking about a different venue potentially evolving, developing the Ambedkar. I hope he does it. Karabasasi could now handle around 50K Western Stadium. According to stadium owners, looking forward to see what the attendance will look like next match. Babalu's the stadium, if I'm right, what was said in 2017 about the capacity of the stadium because um, was it, I think 29,000 something, right? And 35 have been allowed for ISL games, and now they're talking about 50. I don't know if that's the best way to move forward on that front. Kalyan has shown in his tenure that his idealist may not be corrupt, but he was incompetent to stop corruption. Yeah, he should step down. I like how at this point no one even likes to discuss about this. He's an idealist? Aditya, where does this come from? Another, was talking about it. Somya called up, says Ranch, to the women's team. Yeah, so sad to see rival clubs getting full support in the state while my club needs to beg for access to stadium. I know multiple people to blame, but as a fan, I feel so powerless. Aditya, again, why is this situation? I think that is what you should say. Why is the situation the way it is? Um, yeah, to me, it was a problem. It is a problem, and I think a large share of the blame needs to be taken by Rohan. by saying things about the government, realizing, you know what, down the road you might need the government. And if you need the government down the road, you can't speak that the way he did. Then that conversation maybe should have been in private. As Barca fan disappointed by this pattern, one time for 4 5 matches, Barca performed very good. Next 3 4 matches, very bad, conceding goals, losing in bad, but very poor defense, bad final third. Consistent. Yeah. Ali broadcast, no man, no idea. No idea. Um, they've bought a little bit more time, 6 extra days. Um, yeah. Let's see what model comes up because I've not seen any I League tenders so far. I think that will happen in the next few days now. The lack of foreign effect is already being seen with such lack of quality matches. Aditya, again, if I've said this multiple times in the last few weeks, let's not talk about quality of matches. Let's not talk about quality of broadcast. So let's wait and see what happens, right? Hi, Anurag. What do you make of Northeastern SC's midfield? Do you think we missed some experience or too early to say? Anurag, for me to judge, very difficult. I was doing other things yesterday. I was doing a live on the carnival here, so I didn't watch the match. I just watched the highlights. Therefore, for me, it's difficult to say. Listen, if I look at the team that Northeast United had over the last 2 years, and look at it now, as like with many other teams, if your foreigners are not there, the value of your team goes down dramatically, right? Recently, AIFF posted the 1980s Women's Asian Cup was held in Kozhikode, Kerala. There were two Indian teams, South and North. How was this legal at that time? Goku, at the time in 1980, when that tournament was held, women's football in Asia was not widespread. And to make up numbers, India was asked to field two teams, and that is what they did. So, therefore, how is this illegal? Again, in your logic of today, it makes no sense because today you've got X number of nations wanting to play. In those days, no one there weren't those national teams didn't exist. There was no national team in the Middle East. Southeast Asia didn't have much teams. Australia wasn't part of Asia. There were not many nations who played. Let's see what happens tonight. Interesting Benfica home game, big challenge to overcome for Madrid. I'm a Madrid fan, but wish both teams best of luck for today's match. Let's see if they can turn tide. Let's see. And Monument itself, as opponent coach saying Madrid is wounded team and it's very dangerous, shows how much respected in today's match press conference. No, it doesn't. You know, Marino playing mind games as usual. Exactly. Shanata. Again, this is you. If you take every comment word by word, um, you know, it makes no sense because you have to read between the lines. Mumbai City FC cut in ticket price and players video came out today. Yeah, Raj, again, all of them are doing it because it is this season. It's not about numbers really. It's about filling stadiums. So let's wait and see what happens. Dada, how do FC Goa need to improve? Should they start in Ishan up front? Augusto, I don't know if Ishan up front is the answer. To me, what I thought was um, the midfield was lacking, right? The way they were playing, it didn't have the creativity. Um, they needed Dejan Drazic at his best. I think that's another problem for them. If Dejan Drazic doesn't play at his best, it is a problem for FC Goa, and that will be very interesting to see. How bad in a situation have we landed around that you, out of all, don't want to discuss about quality of matches in ISL? Aditya, I've said this again. Why? I said no proper preparations, lack of quality foreigners in a number of teams. Um, in certain teams, forced Indian coach signings, which don't bring me any confidence. So these are realities of things. No? So therefore, I can't go around and say, oh, everything is right, everything is lovely, everything is hunky dory. No, it's not. Right. So therefore, for me, these are all realities. This season being played is a big, big success. And if we want to talk about and anyone talking about quality, this is even the transitional season that the J League is happening at the moment is still quality. This is not a conversation about quality and class. I think the general public have forgot about ISL. Let it spread through social media and people come to know about it. So we should wait and hope for the best. Yeah, Raj. Very well said. In India, politicians very interested doing useless things like renaming Kar, like Dhawan, Allahabad to Pragaraj and I League to INF League. About tactical politicians are politicians. Okay, Shamata. How many days carnival happen in Germany? Kumar, it's 5, 6 days. Another, some people compared FSTL and fan code plus KPS broadcasting. What stood out was graphics, non-Bengali commentaries, angles and color grading was bad. They pre-post match and halftime. Anupam, to make those comparisons, whoever's making those comparisons, sorry, doesn't understand broadcast. Honestly, and this is, I am calling it out. I'm done with this of sugarcoating stuff and saying, oh, there's no people. There are most people discussing things who don't even understand the basics, right? Forget again. The broadcast is a kaleidoscope production. Fancode is not producing anything. Fancode is just getting the feed. Sony's getting the feed. They're putting it on air. So it's not a Fancode production. Fancode is pushing the product, right? Um, and it's a day and night difference if you understand broadcasting angles. For example, the Intakashi goalkeeper red card. There would have been last season surely an angle to prove to you whose first contact was it? Was it the keeper or was it Mohamed Nemel? Which you don't see in this situation. In this situation, if it stands as most probably the referee saw it, then the first contact is from the keeper or Nemel, and then it is a penalty. No point of discussion. But there is no other angle. So therefore, because we don't have that many cameras, yes, you're talking about color grading, which shows you the quality of the equipment being used, the back end production setup, right? Sometimes the replays, right? Not coming at the right time, not the right thing being put out because everything is X times cheaper. We had used to have, I was having this discussion on Twitter the other day with, or someone reached out to me, David Horridge, who's the former producer of the original television producer for Star Sports, has done Premier League, World Cups, this, that event. And David said, it's again, people trying to compare it doesn't make sense. Mourinho is as usual, yes. Thanks for reminding Serbian politics. I don't realize sports also has mind games. Yes, it's also working away. Yeah. What I also looked up, there was team from Taiwan, Hong Kong, even Western Australia was there, and some teams withdrew from the contract. Thailand, Japan, Thailand, most interesting. We were run up. Goku, because again, women football in 1980, even around the world, was unorganized. Yesterday, Salt Lake was empty, to be honest. I don't even know what the number was for East Bengal. Do you have any info about how much this man could sold and viewership? No. To compare, Molman fans turn up more in stadiums in East Bengal if you look at these 3, 4 seasons. Raj has been not 3, 4 seasons, been for longer. A fit Ronald Borges would have helped FC Goa. Yeah, Gusto, to me, there was, sorry, one thing. There was a lack of creativity, in my opinion. What I felt, I might be wrong, I felt there was a lack of creativity on FC Goa's side, and that showed, and that was FC Goa's biggest problem. In this game, to me, that the biggest problem for FC Goa was the lack of creativity. I cannot see the ISL on any Geo TV channel. Akum, because they're not on Geo TV. It's on fan code, right? Just enjoy the top tier league, come back, watch every game, and try to support each and every team. It's the demand of time in football at the moment. This season winners and all, it doesn't matter. Exactly, Siddharth. I always said that foreign players are the difference makers in us. They're the only guys who bring the quality that fans expect just to get up. Who's the top scorer, top assistant, providing foreigners? Yeah. So production companies make money. Production companies make money by selling you a product and saying, listen, I charge you 100 rupees, where the production cost is, let's say, I don't know, 90 rupees, 80 rupees. If you can push it down, maybe 70, 75 in that way. That's how they make money. Or, for example, original what Kaleidoscope used to do, they used to rent equipment. To those asking why we aren't discussing quality, like to remind league is back, biggest thing in quality. Best you can get in so less time, you can't get Premier League quality in hurry. Pranata, Premier League quality, again, to mention Premier League quality in connection to Indian football, I think is unfair to the Premier League and even more unfair to the Indian system, right? Because the difference is a day and night difference. That should not be even, you know. So real question, is FIFA World Cup not creating sufficient hype despite selling so much tickets? I don't know if you're talking about a global context or an Indian context. At the moment, I think there is no hype. We are in Feb. The World Cup is in the summer. The hype will pick up and then it plays us lagging. Yeah. Can you please enlighten me which channel is doing the telecast? I cannot see in Sony 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Sony Sports 10-2. How long will it go like this? Any chance of return back to normal from next season? Anibal, I've said this multiple times and I repeat myself. Forget talking about next season. Let's get through this. It's very, very difficult. Um, I don't know. People are saying Alan charges a talent, guys, and AC Delhi was because I feel like average in play does not have proper first touch and ball control. Kumar, again, you are saying this, another one will say that, and third person will say that. So most of you in Jamshedpur didn't know that on Sunday there was a JFC ISL match. But Hannibal, this thing, I did not know that there is a match. In today's world, in the year 2026, where all potential information is available at my fingertip because I have a mobile phone. I have a mobile phone. How can anybody anywhere in the world who has access to a mobile phone say, I don't know? The duty, you know what? This whole thing, oh, you know what? They need to do social media. Oh, they need to do media. Oh, they need to do that. No, it is the job of the football fan. You're right. A football fan's job to keep up to date and understand when and where matches are happening. And if you're going to tell me that people don't know this, oh, you know, it annoys me now. It is sheer stupidity because it is another sort of reason to say, oh, oh, I didn't know. It, it's like a get out of jail card, right? Fan code and Sony Sports 2. Yes. How much do I have to pay for the whole season? For Sony, nothing. And for fan code, it was 299. I'm not comparing Premier League, just using figure of speech to show good quality. Then, Shonata, again, good quality in comparison. Again, if you're talking about quality in ISL and then you're comparing it to, you know, makes no sense, as never made sense. Global context. Shonata, there is no massive interest around the World Cup at the moment. It's February. The Champions League is on this week. Nobody's caring about the World Cup at the moment. Now, do you is worth the wait? I mean, new league structure, promotion, relegation, talk around clubs, system with it. Now KSK trying to get into IFL. Ladder to top tier is built. Thoughts? No, it's not worth the wait because we've got a khichdi. We've got a jumbled up system where the losses have rather gone up than lower. I don't think that the pyramid structure works. Um, and this is something which will at some stage in its own form collapse. Right. The question is when. Right. To me, the question is simply when. Um, yeah. Is it going to be in the summer or do we have a little bit more time? Hi, Blue. Welcome back. Sir, can the solid in football specific with Samsung is better to match in solid stadium? Um, Raj, if you want to turn the Salt Lake Stadium into a football specific stadium, you'll have to knock it down and rebuild it completely. Right? You can't say, oh, you know what, I remove the track and then I do. I don't know how you would work that. So, and that is something which I don't see happening that the Bengal government will one day say because also, national athletics and other things, the stadium is used. It's used also for athletic training and other things. Al Hilal literally undefeated 32 games. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Roshan, did you see the criteria for AIFF tickets for Bergamo baby match? How is that working under the roof UEFA? Roshan, the Italians have their own rules. I think we've had the problems with Eintracht Frankfurt in Napoli and other things as well. We've had, especially German fans have been facing problems in away matches in the last 2 seasons. Yeah, sadly, how it is at the moment operating in Europe, which is unprofessional. Then, sir, sorry, we don't have football. They don't know when our matches. Yeah, Raj, exactly my point. Right. Um, so to me, the biggest problem is that when we talk about things, when we talk about what's happening, not happening, why happening, when happening, um, every bit of information today, every bit of information is available. I just need to Google it. You know? So I don't know. Oh, now, sir, I like your channel because you make every comment answerable from your end. Keep it up. Thanks. Akuma, I try. I try. Right? Yes, I accept, sir. It's duty of football fans. There was time schedule came in newspaper and TV channel. There was no digital. Forget schedule on TV newspaper or TV channel or newspapers. People figured out and knew that matches were happening. Right, word of mouth and other things. The world is so easy today because you are in the younger ones of you live in a generation. Again, I'm an older man, right? You know, in 1998, when we started IndianFootball.com, we started India's first ever football website. There was no consolidated information of football available. It took us sometimes 12, 16 hours to get a result from India. Oh, you know what? This match, that match result. Right? So everything is available. You just have to make a little bit of an effort. And it shows me also how much is the fan willing to do to support Indian football. How genuine is the fan is. Is a relegation good in this situation? No. Nikhil, it's relegation anyway makes no sense. The league is too big. There are a lot of things that I would have said. If there was ever an effort from the Asian Football Confederation to do a roadmap 2.0, there's a lot of things that I would change because it doesn't work the way it's working at the moment. How did East Bengal and Northeast see yesterday? Blue, I've seen just the highlights. I see the end result, and in that way, it looked to me one-sided. So is RFDL can be up for who's Asia class player? Theoretically, yes. X9P. Looks like Goans have totally lost their interest in football. Just 1.5K in the last match, and it's not like FC Goa are in bad phase as the most consistent team since Monroe came in. Your thoughts? RRC game, why? I don't know. Again, this is something which a lot of people are asking, and it's a good question. Uh, you know, so therefore, for me, but this has happened in the past as well, right? But again, this is a very difficult one. What about the streaming quality in this season? Fancode is doing good. Shaheen, I think they had problems in the first match. They've sorted it at halftime, and after that, it's good. Yeah, but again, if you want to compare it to the past, it's of different levels, right? In the past and now. Right, 33 minutes in this live. 22 of you are watching. If you haven't, do please like this Indian football and more discussion. Share it with other people to join. 9 people have liked it so far. And if you're new to the channel, if you're liking what we're talking about, if you're liking what the discussions are on Indian football, do leave a subscription behind as well. We stand at 3,779. Thank you very, very much. So slowly closing in on the 4,000 mark. And as a reminder, Thursday, I'll be back with a live watch along of the Mumbai City Football Club versus Chennai FC encounter from the Munmar Football Arena. So therefore, looking forward of the first match from the Islanders, and yeah, look forward to that. Still, people used to follow team match with no social media advertising. Exactly. Yusuf giving the Enrique Escada vibes. Enrique also scored a brace in his debut match for East Bengal. Imtiaz, let's wait and see. East Bengal have a good team. East Bengal have potential, but again, they have to keep the results coming their way. Sir, you're looking tired. Yeah, Jonathan, I've been, since Thursday, busy with Carnival. Saturday, 2 live streams. Sunday, a live stream. And then again, yesterday I was doing a live show here in German television for Ova Carnival here in Remscheid. 6 hours outside. It was snowing. It was sleet. It was windy. 6 layers of clothes, and still I was freezing. So yeah, welcome to the current state of the weather here. Petro Benali said the words which you were saying for a while. Yeah, Raj. I mean, anybody who likes or loves Indian football will have to come and say what I've been saying for a while. You know. So keep your covering as you will gain so many servers. I will do that. And I hope that more people will also join us in these conversations. That's why I need your support. Um, I need you to like these videos, share them, watch my short videos, watch my interviews. I think Sandeep Menon had a very interesting discussion on Indian football. We discussed his book. I think it's worth a discussion. Do that as well. All the other videos. Look at other older videos. And let's wait and see what happens. Oh, now, sir, I want your channel to grow huge because you are one of the most popular football content creators in India who gives answers with clarity, reasoning, and knowledge and realism. Thanks. Thanks, Ranlata. I remember times searching for random stream out of Germany to watch Indian football 20 years ago. Roshan, yeah, it's not on you. It's me. It's people who've lived and lived not even abroad, even in India. It was difficult in those days, and nowadays everything is easily accessible. If you tell me, oh, I didn't know a match is happening, then you didn't try. Simple. And there's no will give you, oh, I didn't know, I didn't this, and then everything is available at your fingertip. Again, I say, mobile phone, there's that everything is there. And now, do you think how to make current league system pyramid to work? I think it's to work this model. I say clubs must lobby to get AFF president as to who they want and make him to remove clause in AFF constitution. Kumar, it's one of the things. It's just saying that, we sort out ISL doesn't work. Look at the mess that the I League is in. Look at what is happening in the women's game in the IWL. Where is I League 2, I League 3? How is the bridge to your local leagues? There is a lot of work to be done to the pyramid. If you're saying that if I sort out the ISL, I sort out the rest, no. Why this season relegation is not good? Clubs are very crucial moment in this situation. Nikhil, because the AFF says, oh, Supreme Court has told us to do it. The AFF is for the whole mess that we are in is AFF didn't do its homework. One, AFF also didn't do the changes that they could have done. So let's see. I already said, sir, your highest watched video is Kerala versus Monmouth Supergiant versus Monmouth, so many fans. Yeah, I've done that in the past. Didn't get that much, but yeah, I was happy and good conversation as well. Football, at the end of the day, is just entertainment like anything else, and it's the responsibility of the clubs to attract customers. It's not some duty of fans to support your product. No, it's it. RS, this is what football culture is about. What you explained to me is not football culture. That is, as you say, following entertainment. It is not only the job of. It is not one-way traffic. Being a sporting fan is a give and take. Here, an Indian football fan wants to, you want to be fed. It's on you. You know, Goa only had good viewership in early peak ISL years after their fan base was always very small, and that is still bigger than Churchill. Blue, it has had a decent crowd. They've had also, once off games. I remember 2 seasons ago, Mumbai City 3-2 comeback win, which was also well attended. So therefore, but even in bad times, you used to get 7, 8, maybe even 10,000 people coming, right? And that is dwindling to 1,500 is, to me, is a very worrying sign. What type of carnival? Shanata, carnival. I don't know what type of carnival you're talking about. Street carnival, what we call here in Germany. Maybe Goa should have gone for a midfielder. Yasser looks injured. Also, certain has left the club. Augusto, they were not spending. They have, they have only signed 2 strikers in Ishan Pandita and Daniel Lalempuya, which shows you. So therefore, for me, FC Goa. Inter Kashi looked stronger to me than them. Arunava putting 6 layers of clothes on you does not feel heavy. And then you don't know what it means, Kumar. Sir, I'm happy with broadcasting with such amount of money. Only promos with commentary and fan codes solve it. And one problem was ISL YouTube editor not uploading short edit with audio. He start doing X9P. The commentary thing is not a fan code thing. Guys, understand. Fan code is promoting the product, but fan code is getting the finished product from Kaleidoscope. I'm saying this again and again. I've said this even last week. Fan code is producing nothing. Finished product, fan code, boom, put it out there. Sony, put it out there. Boom, gone. Guys, just pay 15 to fan code, get 1 year subscription, watch all available football on fan code, best price, ISL, ACL, AFC, and so many other competitions are covering with sports, in my opinion. It's OG. If they can, why not? Northeast relegation loading, on off. No. Again, and this is what I've said, let 3, 4 matches go, and then we will see. Today, you say East Bengal, Mohun Bagan look clear favorites to win the league. I wouldn't have said it after watching the games yet, but hey, again, Let 3, 4 games go, and then we'll see where the whole thing is going. Do you think foreign goalkeeper Kashi is not a good option? Maybe they could choose better. No, Blue. He was good. He was actually brilliant until that blunder, right? Again, maybe overconfidence. I don't know what it was, but it was sheer, unnecessary what he did. But I like the keeper, the way he was playing. He was giving confidence because he was playing at an Indian backline. So therefore, these are things which are interlinked. How realistic is it I League 2 starting in March? They were posted like it's starting in March. Question with the AIFF, something can start next week. So I've given up on that logic. Is it happening now? Is it happening then? Is it happening not happening at all? It could happen. It might happen. I don't know. I was seeing Mumbai City in top four. Imtiaz, as I said, I'm out of that judgment business. I said after match day 3, match day 4, we'll know where the team stand. Um, Again, it's very difficult to say because it depends on how you start the season, right? The first three form. If Mumbai City can beat Chennai FC on Thursday, then we'll have to see what are the next steps for Mumbai City to move up. Have you visited the Kerala Carnival? Yes, Hitesh, I've gone to the Cologne Carnival. Europe, weather is so extreme, so cold, snowy, especially Germany most year. That's where the difference. Yeah, but again, even here it's not extreme. It's more extreme in other parts as well. No, how fine this gem Kalyan Chaubey has to part in the AIFF election. Who pushed this guys and support him to be president? He suddenly came out of nowhere when Profil retired. Tja, Kumar, there's enough information out there how all that happened. Goa's attendance dropping considering after Manolo, not to forget, many fans don't like his style. They always had some tiki-taka type football. Maybe that's a reason too. Could be. Yeah, Manolo is defensive minded. That's very true. Left due to term restriction. Okay. Sir, is Inter Kashi goalkeeper good? Yeah, he looked good, huh? Foreign goalkeeper, weird one, some would say, but the keeper is good. If Kerala Blasters face a relegation battle this season, it will affect the ISL's viewership in next season. Nikhil, don't know. Um, yeah, that is something which we'll have to wait and see how they settle in. But again, the Blasters didn't start off well. The Blasters got better, I felt, the longer the game lasted, because the substitutions seem to work, and that is something which we need to sort of keep in mind, right? So yeah, right, and not an easy one, but again, it's um yeah, let's see. Now that Germany is decentralized in governance, yes, Kumar, it is. Sir, I firmly believe in half of Asia the fans issue is real. They don't turn up in good numbers. Even I saw almost 10 to 20 people in AFC this season. Yeah, see that's yeah, it is the problem. East Bengal, Monma Super Giant, Bengaluru FC in top 3, 5 p.m. Evening kickoffs. No digital advertising, decent refereeing till now, except the VFC match. Relegation started. Peak I League days are back. What was the mistake in the BFC match, Imtiaz? I don't get what was the mistake from the referee? I don't get it. Women U20 team, what type of schedule they are in? Hitesh, you've asked me this multiple times. I've not heard anything. They're just training at the moment. They're training in those indoor domes in Sweden. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. So I think Mohammed Sporting have higher chance of relegation. XNP, let's wait and see who is going to be. As I said, 3, 4 match days, and then we'll get a feeling for it. I think the recent dissolution of the ISL committee and now requiring several World Cups to agree to pass anything within the league was a masterstroke, especially resignation of Ravi. Could be Anupam. There is some other, um, there's some other information which I can't share with you, which actually links my name to certain things within this whole ISL structure. But yeah, again, and was it a masterstroke? I don't know if it was a masterstroke. I think creating that managing committee was a problem. To me, the best decision would have been, big decisions should be made by all the clubs and not just by 3 out of 14. Did you get a chance to drop watch one? Is not get some spice masala? No, we haven't spoken. Only few days to go for first match against Vietnam. Yes, it is 4th of March. If we're going to for Asian Games, Akum, at the moment, I don't know. And I've said Asian Games to me is, sorry, with all due respect, the most unimportant football competition for the men's team in the world. Right? To me, it's more important for us to focus on the AFC Under 23 Asian Cup. For me, it's more important to focus on the other things and not focus on this, which I don't see as a priority or should not be my or our priority. Sir, can you give us a self introduction about yourself since you talk so much about football? I was wondering. Nikhil, you know, as with what I was saying about football, if you want to know about me, my work, Google my name. Arunfoot, there is an About Me page about all my work. Simple summary. I started India's first ever football website, indianfootball.com, in 1998. Born and brought up here in Germany. I've done a lot of things. Um, I've worked for some of the biggest clubs in the world. Set up Mumbai City Football Club, was involved in setting up the academy at Ranglas, Punjab. Was involved in the AFC FIFA roadmap, X more things. But again, if you want to know, there's an About Me page on arunfoot.com. There you can find out more about me. Yes, football actually works and football is a very dominant sport and as its average fan base. Why spend your 2 3 hours searching for some domestic match instead of a movie that's advertising? RS again, then it will never work. If that is, my problem is that I I have to push it to you without knowing if it works. And if I'm a loss making entity, I will not push it to you. I will not push that information and I will not pay for that information to be sent to you because you might take your option B, which is a movie, option three, I don't know, going for a coffee or a tea or whatever it is. But if you're a genuine football fan and you're telling me, oh, I didn't know that a match is taking place, then you're not a genuine football fan, right? You, it is the duty is not, as I say, it's not one way street, one way traffic. Then they will have every day, oh, you know what, Surya Chitra, please come and support us. That doesn't work. It is, there is the fan, you know, on one side, the fan wants to, criticize everything. Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Oh, I don't know. No. Go, no. And you're not making an effort. Sorry, it doesn't work for me. Some East Bengal FC fans saying because of isn't there East Bengal 3-0 and was allowed to go ahead of Mohammad Supergiant if they would anything with their red else. Bro, it's just level of a ridiculousness. Again, the first mistake will happen against East Bengal and then we're back to square one. What's your opinion of Women's Asia Cup having lowest prize money compared to other continental women's competition? Roshan, what's my opinion? Simple. Look at the money that, again, the AFC can afford compared to that. Look at others, right? UEFA lost more money last year on the Euros in Switzerland than they intended to, much more, right? And this is what I say, the same thing as with other things. You should live within your means if you like it or not. That's very difficult. Maybe AFC focus on higher revenue than splashing money. Roshan, the higher revenue is not there. If you think about it, as sad as it might sound, there is no higher revenue on women's football, right? And that is something which is, if I like it, you like it, we like it, anybody likes it, that's a reality. That's the reality of things at this moment in time, as I speak, you speak, right? So therefore, that's a problem. That was a problem, is a problem. Yeah, and therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Man, it is higher earnings is nice, but higher earnings is not gonna cover your cost, right? Cost is for the AFC an issue, right? It is an issue, and that is what some one of the things that they need to take care of. And they're trying to be realistic. UEFA thought they could generate much more than they did, and then the losses were higher. Whenever I see East Bengal match, I get urged to watch football, says Kumar. Okay. What is your take, AFC clubs, youth league like UEFA with zones? Kumar, it's not happening. The costs are too high. UEFA is, AFC wants to, even in the men's game, is trying to keep teams apart because for them, it is too high of a cost. So therefore, youth leagues at Asian level, again, who's going to fund it? We're not talking about a few 100,000. We're talking about millions, tens of millions actually have it to spend to just cover the cost of that. So therefore, it sadly doesn't make sense. It for the AFC, it is a cost and it's a loss-making venture. So they have to cross-subsidize, and that is your whole problem of the system, that you have to cross-subsidize either from here, from here, from here, from here, and then how does it work? And that's the problem. That's the problem where we're stuck with Asian football. Nice ideas. Again, some of these ideas are not, again, you might think, oh, nobody's thought about this. Oh, nobody thought, all those things have been covered. And then at the end of the day, a lot of these things don't happen because someone or the other has to say, you know what? we're not able to generate enough funds to cover it. And that's the reality, right? We've talked about, you've asked me a lot, spoken about a lot about the Nopang League, right? Why does the Nopang League happen? Nopang League doesn't happen because, people in that region are, oh, you know what, let's do, such a grassroots league, or hey, Mizoram Football Association can do it. No, because Reliance Foundation as a CSR program is enabled to fund that. Otherwise, all these things wouldn't happen. Even RFDL. RFDL is happening because Reliance Foundation is funding it. Under Reliance FSDL, under the AIFF, it would not happen. And those are some of the hearts, um, it is very difficult. It's very difficult. Um, and those are, again, I like it, you like it, we like it. Those are realities. Again, I like to live in the real world. I like to live in a world where we can go out, say what is true, what is real, what isn't. If you were in KBFC, how would you interact with fans? Blue, oh, that's a big question. On one side, credit to Abik the way he's trying to do it because he's been trying to be open and transparent. Um, I don't think you can win this. I mean, the point to me is always in these kind of things is you can only lose. You know, um, so therefore, for me, um, it's finding the right tone also, right? Abik has said a lot of truths which the Blasters fans or generally an Indian football fan is not willing to accept, right? And they make their own interpretation, and he's been getting a lot of stick abuse and other things. He's not in an easy position. If I tell any Blasters fan, if you again, and I call on the Blasters fan groups also, Manjapara and the others, just show my interview to people with Abik. Listen to to his answers to my questions, and that's simple, right? So therefore, you know, um, those are some of the realities. No? So therefore, for me, none of it is, none of it is the way people are selling it to you or to me. But his role is very, very difficult. Look at the first week of ISL matches, which Indian player put in an outstanding performance. Just thinking the matches that I watched. Um, Apuya. Again, most people will not speak about him, but I thought Apuya was a standout player for Mohun Bagan. I like the way the attacking runs, but again, it didn't have that much of impact, and that was Rohit Danu. Um, yeah. So therefore, for me, I didn't watch these Bengal games, so I can't judge on that. I didn't properly watch the Jamshedpur game as well, so I can't judge on that. So if you ask me those three matches, yeah, Sunday BFC, there was no standout. Who was the standout player? There wasn't a standout player at BFC, Indian player. Hey Akash, what's the yesterday's game with East Bengal? They looked very good and on sync. Okay. No, if Reliance said Tata bye bye, Nopang League will shut shop. Omar, yeah, could be. Ever Prolish Somia joins the international women's team in Australia. Karishma and Andrea Sarkar and Priyashini are released. Yeah, interesting, but changes are happening. So the coach is bringing in some experience. Waiting for Ryan debut in Blue Jersey. Yeah, Siddharth. Even though I felt Ryan, and that's another example, didn't have best of matches against SC Delhi. So yeah, I hope he's better in the future. Also, I've noticed one important point: the Monmouth Supergiant versus Kerala Blasters C game had constant 7 to 8K live viewers in the international YouTube stream, which peaked 12K, but yesterday barely 1K live viewers. Um, Akash, you, me, those of us who are Bengalis might not like it, but the majority of people even on the international front, who watched the game most probably were Kerala Blasters fans. And that is what I've been saying now for years, which fans in Bengal don't want to accept, that the Blasters are the most followed and most watched team in the Indian Super League. Period. When will Manisha Kalyan join the national team? Debo, I guess 5 to 7 days before the tournament. So I guess at some stage next week she will join. Nikhil, in my opinion, still Sunil is the best Indian player still in ISL so far. Don't know how he's keeping himself fit this much. Um, yeah, I mean, Siddharth, I said it in my live watch along BFC against SC Delhi. Um, Sunil scored a goal in a way, in a style that I don't know if I would have expected from any other players, any other Indian footballer, right? The way he beat the keeper, smartly turned it around, hit the inner side of the post, and the ball went in, chipped it over the defender Rivero. That was class. That was class. Ryan standing 2 meters away from Indian goalpost as coach is using his height to defend peak terrorism. Yeah. No Nizam Manisha. Again, as I said, 5 to 7 days before tournament she'll join. No matter how and what people in Kolkata say, Kolkata clubs don't have international fans as they claim 600 viewers. Indian people to see and BFC game, that's expected. BFC was more, no? It was about 1,300 people watching. And the Inter Kashi one had, I think, 4,500, 5,000. So that was actually not bad. But now the clubs are not playing with high intensity because a player will get injured too easy due to lack of preseason. Kumar, intensity comes also from match playing, right? So that'll come. Let's see. Kerala Blasters really have huge and much more loyal fans, be it domestic or international. Yeah, Akash. Sad, as us Bengalis having to accept it, but that's the reality. I started following Infobus since Bruno Coutinho, Joe Polancheri, I am Vijayan, and obviously Novi Conor, my favorite commentator and expert. I wish that era comes back. Yeah, come. Those were the days, maybe some people say, but those days are long, long gone. Is OCI players allowed in football? No, Nikhil. I mean, they're allowed, but they would be seen as foreigners. Can we eliminate draw as results to make match more interesting? Avi, I've seen that the Japanese are experimenting with that idea of having penalty shootouts after draws. I don't know if it works. Even in yesterday's East Bengal match, most of the viewers were from Kerala. Chat was full of Blasters fans. Blasters is the biggest and most followed club in India. Yeah, Akash. I think that's something of that summary sums it up. No? If we want to talk about the Indian Super League, and one of the biggest success stories is the creation of the Blasters fan base, of the creation not only of the Manjapara, of all the other fan groups. That's a great story, right? And sadly, no other team has been able to create that connect despite of the failures of the Blasters, right? The Blasters have never won anything. All other created ISL teams have won something or the other. The Blasters haven't. And that, for me, even more respect for that, for the Kerala Blasters fans from my side. Good night, Blue. We'll try to watch you next week. Yes, Blue, thanks a lot. Again, tomorrow, normal live. And then on Thursday, they plan Mumbai City versus Chennai FC. That's the plan. Let's see if I can do that. And yeah, we're crossing the arm. A quick reminder, if you haven't, do like, share, and subscribe. Let's help me grow the community. 16 likes on this video so far. Thank you very much, everybody. Um, if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. 3,780 as I speak to you, and watch the short videos that I try and make on a regular basis. Did something yesterday on the I League turning into the IFL. ISL starting. Again, much watched. Finally, the ISL kicking off. 889 views. Thanks a lot for that. Do watch my conversation with Sandeep Menon, two different interviews, and all the others actually mentioned with Akshata, albeit with Abik, which has got 832 views. So those are amongst the most successful videos in the last few weeks. And watch all the other videos that are there. There's some interesting stuff, even which is a little older. So thanks a lot for your support. And without the support, yeah, Arun Foot, could not be able to grow any further. Now the why Kavas is able to build fairness when other clubs are not able to build and be successful. Kumar, I don't have an answer for you to that. It's and I guess there's no logic to it. No? With the Blasters, it clicked. I remember when we went with Mumbai City to play at the Nehru Stadium, the amount of support, people turning up early for the match, people enjoying themselves, the amount of noise they created, sounds, and I've seen that in the two, I think three, sorry, thrice I've been back to Kerala to watch matches of the Blasters. Incredible. It is Janis, and so so therefore, yeah, let's wait and see if others can copy that. Kerala Blasters see is an inspirational club. Their fans deserve better management and success. Akash, to say they deserve better management, given the circumstances, I don't know if the management has been. Again, there have been things, which has been wrong, but yeah, it is to me the way it is. That will be interesting to see how Mumbai plays. Augusto, I'm very interested to see if the team clicks. Mumbai City could achieve something if it clicks. And it's an interesting one because I have, let us say, an access, from Nuno Reis, Yoni Kauko, Jorge Ortiz, Jorge Pereira Diaz. It's an interesting one. It's if this clicks, who knows Mumbai, because Mumbai City has still the Changtes and Valpuyas and others, Vikram and all. Again, some of these younger ones might break through. Akash Mishra coming back. It's very interesting to see what they do. Vijay Chetri, I'm really looking forward to seeing. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Any other podcasts are coming in future? Yes, Kumar, there will be. But again, as I've had a problem with few people who did not want to really talk in the last few weeks, it's happened due to the current scenario. Bengali diaspora is so huge. Some of them support Mohun Bagan, some East Bengal, still barely 1K viewers in national streaming. Shows that Kolkata clubs are dead. Our clubs are paper tigers. Akash, harsh statement, but this is what I have been saying for a while. And our friends in Kolkata, if you say that to them, will not accept it, will, in the worst case, even abuse you and say, you know nothing, this and that, everything. And I say, listen, guys, this is a reality because the clubs have not really done something to be followed by people, right? I know this whole India Pakistan thing on Sunday, how many people were watching it around the world, right? In Bengalis also. Just forget the rest of the, you know, people. I'm just talking about Bengalis, and that shows you that East Bengal and Mohun Bagan have left the mindset. And a lot of people who've gone abroad, be it here in Germany, or I see it in England, or I see it in America, who actually then start to follow local football, which is, of course, of a better quality. And you can go there and watch it and enjoy yourself. Do you think case study should be done on Karavas SC and other ISL clubs should follow and try to pick that from the case study? Kumar, is this football is not something of a sport which lives in theory and case studies and all, because there are two examples to over the last 15 years, which have worked. One is Bangalore FC and the other is the Kerala Blasters. And why it clicked? Different reasons. Blaster, yeah, sorry, BFC for me clicked um, because BFC connected to the sort of student university crowd. They won titles. Winning a title every year was sort of part of their DNA, and all small little things added up, right? And BFC did a lot of things right, in my opinion. Um, and the Blasters is another one which clicked. Kerala has had FC Kochi, um, Viva Kerala, Chirag Kerala, whatever, teams coming up, trying to come up, even Gokulam Kerala, but they've not clicked in that way. The Blasters have. I mean, you've got people who travel 3, 4, 5 hours to watch the matches and go home. Where do you have that in today's India? So it has clicked. And case studies, again, this theoretical, you could have a case study on the Blasters and you could try and copy. Let's say I go and say, okay, listen, I want to copy what Kerala Blasters done in Mumbai, or want to copy it, let's say, in Punjab. It will not work because what works in Kerala will not work in other places for different reasons. You know? Is Kerala FC popular because football is popular in Kerala, or did football become popular because Kerala FC? RS, the first assumption has to be that football is popular in Kerala, right? But what I just said, Kerala Blasters clicked, you know? Um, so that's what I'm saying. You could theoretically copy, do stuff the same way, and it might not work somewhere else. So that is always a difficulty with football, right? It was enough to be an Indian cricket fan, but being a football fan and also Kerala's fan would make me depressed if I watched their match. Nikhil, no. See, the point is the fan, a real sporting fan, supports his or her team in success, but even more, they need to support the team in failure. And sorry, um, an Indian football fan or an Indian sporting fan supports success. Think about India losing to Pakistan in that World Cup. So let's see what happens, right? So to me, um, it is the way it is, and there's no simple answer or solution to it, but it is the way it is. So therefore, yeah, I don't know how much to say, but it's a problem, right? So therefore, yeah, it is the way it is. It's difficult to say why it is the way it is, but it is the way it is, and um, yeah, it's sporting culture is something which is India will need time. I feel like people, especially of Kolkata support, is more just for the sake of supporting, coming from family heritage and just lineage. Relative, most of them don't follow at all. Yeah, Akash, I believe. I agree and believe you. If Mumbai City clicks, they could challenge for the title. Augusto, there are three or four teams who, if they click, could be title challengers who most people wouldn't regard, right? I think Mumbai City belongs to that group. Chennai FC potentially belongs to that group as well. I think Chennai looks very interesting. Punjab could be an interesting one if it clicks. I don't know if it will, but there are a few teams who, if they click somehow, if they win 3, 4 matches at the start, you never know how far they go. You know, so that's the challenge. That's the challenge where we are, and therefore, for me, is there a simple answer to it? No. Again, that's why I said it's going to take a little bit of time for us to figure out how far are we able to go. How far is I think it's going to head. That's going to be the challenge, and therefore for me, let's wait and see. So for me, um, there are a few teams who are there in that mix, and it'll be interesting to see whatever happens. Now the Shayan and Jaideep Basu still lives in Kolkata bubble, justifying that football continues without FS still yesterday. They're not answering my questions because they don't have when I asked 50 crores. Yeah, Kumar. My point would be they don't have an answer because they know better at the end of the day. But they will not say it publicly because it undermines their position, right? It undermines what they think. And again, yeah, the league continue without FSDL is a success not of the league, but it's a success of the clubs. It is on the back of the clubs, right? But the problem is this whatever we have at the moment, whatever it's called, it is an interim. So let's wait and see. Hi, Apex. Have been the first few matches of the league according to you. Okay. Again, it's happening, it's good. Some interesting matches, some not so interesting matches. So yeah, those are some of the realities at the moment. Odisha announced stadium video on Twitter. Yeah, if I saw it right, half an hour ago, they launched a video and that shows the Kalinga. So it seems like Odisha have finally worked out something with the government in Odisha. So Odisha FC likely to play in Kalinga. And Dada, if you notice, the crowd of Bangalore all are shiny young people, and number of women in the crowd is very good, which is missing is more due to toxic members behavior. Very true, Akash. I know a lot of people who used to go to football matches. who have stopped over the last 15 years. 15 years, right? People question me, Arunava, don't you fear when you go to the stadium? And I actually say, no, I don't actually, right? But yeah, who knows? But now, one time Kerala win trophy, then nobody can stop Kerala fans. Yeah, could be Kumar, but you still have to win it, right? And that is where the Blasters have failed over the years. Right, 1 hour 11 minutes. Quick reminder, if I haven't, like, share, and subscribe to Arunfoot here on YouTube. 19 likes. Thanks a lot. We can do better. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. If you subscribed, join our conversation, ask your questions, your queries, um, even your viewpoints, and I'll try and answer them as good as I can. 3,780. And watch the short videos, like and hype. Again, a lot of people haven't been hyping videos. Please do, because that helps a lot. Bangalore FC and Kerala Blasters see both have audience with good amount of disposable income who can spend. Poor fans of East Bengal. East Bengal, Mohun Bagan are killing the football. Harsh but true. Yeah, harsh but true, and is something that in Kolkata nobody will want to accept, right? Another, I think Kolkata people live legacy, this, that, but will they spend money on stadium tickets week in, week out for subscription? Kumar, I would not put it only on East Bengal and Mohun Bagan fans, but what I've realized, it's a general problem in India from a sporting perspective. You're willing to spend the same money, let's say, on a movie ticket, on your coffee, on your chai, but you're not willing to pay for a ticket. It's a problem. In an Indian sporting context, huge, massive problem. But that's the reality, right? I have seen all the 5 matches now. What I have to say is I am glad the league is happening, and kudos for Fancourt. They have been putting some effort to promote the product in its weakest period. Yeah, okay, Apex, very true. ATKFC actually solved the problem of East Bengal and Mohun Bagan. Women attendance was very good, and also a huge chunk of upper middle class people actually going to the stadium. Yeah, Akash, I mean, due to Mr. Goenka, the image that Atletico de Kolkata had, it was hip, it was stylish, it was quality. Yeah, might be. It is hard. It is harsh, but those are realities that were there, and it has not helped really. Um, yeah, our football, no, going forward. Um, that's a reality. Those some of these realities are brutal, but we don't will not like it, but it is the way it is, and yeah, it is. It's not to mine, it's not to your liking, but those are some of the things that have happened, and therefore they are the way they are, right? And that's football culture is something which I like to talk about and discuss, and that is what I feel sometimes is missing in our system, right? So therefore, yeah, it is the way it is, right? So it it's difficult. It's difficult to figure out what is right, what is wrong, what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen. Um, there's a lot happening, and uh, yeah, it's it's the way it is, and I won't be able to change it. You won't be able to change it, um, and that's where we stuck. Fan culture needs to, again. It's a pan India thing. I think fan culture needs to grow. Um, it is there in pockets, but it's not there in the numbers that I think we need beating. Yeah. Mumbai City, they have been champions and they've also played in AFC matches. If versus had been in this situation, would have been a turning point in Indian football. Despite Mumbai City's achievement, the fans don't really celebrate them. I wouldn't say that their fans don't celebrate them, Nikhil. I think that the fan base is smaller. It is more niche. But Mumbai City fans, the fan groups have been strong. So therefore, for me, it's always been impressive, even the way we started off things in 2014. But again, it's on a different level and different quality. Would relegation be a problem for Indian clubs? Sir, I really want the system, but is it sustainable for clubs in a current setup? No, it's not. Apex, depending on which club goes down, if one of the bigger teams by chance go down to the I League, I don't know if those people will want to continue with the club, right? My problem is I feel the league is too big. I think 14 teams in the ISL is too big. I think a 10-team league like you now have in the I League is the perfect size. Um, I would have made it a 3 to 5 year closed league, build it commercially, build it as a product, and then start relegation promotion and then try to increase and grow the league. Maybe even don't have relegation, but maybe have promotion and grow the league. Another, I think government also failed in one thing: maintenance of stadium. Those are bad condition and hygiene, cleanliness, basic facilities. And I said clubs paying by money to stadium without asking accountability. Kumar, if you ask accountability from the governments, irrespective of which government you're asking it from, in regard to the stadium maintenance, the government will show you the middle finger and say, look for another venue. Odisha FC, perfect example, right? So your thing might sound logical to you, but from a practical standpoint, makes no sense. And the government is also saying, oh, because football has not been played, why do I need to maintain this? Why do I need to spend money on this? So look at it from their standpoint. How is it possible that I and you can understand these financial aspects, but others can't? Akash, because they live in La La Land. They don't live in reality. They live, think, oh, football is this way, football is that. Again, the late Novi Kapadia is my best example. As much respect as I have for Novi, but Novi did not live in the modern football world. Sorry. And that is a lot of other people who live in that La La Land, in that dream world. Oh, football needs to be this way. In India, things need to be different. They want Santosh Trophy. They want the Duran Cup, the IFF Shield, the Rovers and Scissors and Sai Nagji and whatever. No, it doesn't work that way. Arunava, do you think if BJP comes to power in Kolkata, football will decline in the region? Odisha was a supporter of football, but BJP coming to power, state took the support, but rightly so. No clue. Anupam, I don't know. It's not an answer that I haven't. It's not a question the way I have an answer to you for you. I joined late, heard that clubs won't pay the participation fee for this ISL. Uchut, there's a lot of rumors. They'll do this, they'll do that, then this, then that. Let's wait and see. This is, yeah. Beach is not there in West Bengal right now. It's a Bengal football actually doing any good. I don't know. Different question. I have no clue. The IFL fixture, no venue, no curve of times. Usual AIFF stuff, Ochud, I think should have been said, yeah. ATK should have shown some courage to stand alone. Big downfall. Akash, yeah, I mean, it's not a big downfall. It is that Mr. Goenka was under a certain level of pressure from Reliance, from the government in Bengal. Hey, don't you work together with this or that? Spoke to both entities. East Bengal were not interested. Went to Mohun Bagan and this is Mohun Bagan. ATK Mohun Bagan created, and then the rest is history. Hyderabad is not a team this season. It is a champion club. How sad will their fans be? Because they'll be very sad, right? Even with all the struggles, Mountain Sporting, even though they lost the first match, it played really well against Jamshedpur FC. Apex, yeah, on one side, yeah, you can say that. On the other side, what you have to then say is, okay, I played well, but where is the result? Right? The result at the end of the day counts in football, in sports. And therefore, for me, that's a problem. And, um, yeah, therefore, for me, it is as much as you and I would like certain teams to perform or not perform or whatever, um, realities will come out. Hope sometimes my club stays success. Kerala versus C. Apex. Yeah. I think a lot of football fans would love the Blasters to be successful in the interest of Indian football. I think I can say that, right? So not easy, but I think for the Blasters, theoretically doable. Another, I went to IOC match in Gachibowli, worst stadium maintenance. Okay, Kumar. Right. The problem is success um, when you get it. I think and the Blasters would be different, but with a lot of other teams who've had success, you're fighting for the next success. So yeah, that's the challenge. So this is worst compared last few years. Yes, Kumar. I think quality wise, we've had better teams over the last few decades. Yes. Let's ask you a hypothetical question. Do you think ATK would have survived alone? I've thought about this, um, Akash, and I think yes. I think it might have been better to keep out Monbag and East Bengal out of the ISL and let ATK survive. Who knows? Why don't Srini Deccan try the corporate entry in ISL after showing initial interest representing Adorasi in Hyderabad? Because there is no corporate entry, Roshan. Where is the corporate entry? Where's that entry? I don't know about any corporate entry coming into the ISL except when BFC and Jamshedpur FC came in, Jindals and the Tatas. So there's been no other corporate entry since then. After the roadmap, it's promotion and potentially relegation. Why are the Indian club owners running the club at such a loss when it eventually closed down like Hyderabad? Nikhil, why are they running it? I think you need to ask them individually. I think everyone has different reasons why they're doing, why they're pumping in money. I know that certain entities are putting in money because they think, okay, at some stage the turnaround will happen and they can make some of the money back that they've lost over the years. And further, the question at the end of the day is, how does this work now, right? And others are hoping that they can sell a stake at some stage and make money. Different ideas, different approaches, different models. Yeah, very difficult to say. I don't think so. Odisha was football supporter. Only thing is that under Patnaik, they supported sports so much by providing exception, free stadiums, much, etc. Yeah, but Islam P, that support, right, is and Odisha created a certain level of fan base also. So that has to be said. And now, do you think employment generation in Kolkata will have more spending power rather than people in Kolkata leaving to find job in other cities, like Bangalore, Hyderabad? No idea. No idea on this. Till date, I fail to understand why basic public facilities are not maintained, cleaned, renovated, etc. Are people that had in the personalized as well? Which was a very good question. I don't know. It's a very valid question from your side. Was there really a chance that the closed and franchise model like MLS would have worked in the football system? Yeah. Apex, an open system has also not worked, right? The I League, NFL, I League, Indian Football League is now entering its 29th season. That's also failed. I think the closed league could have worked, but again, not the way it was being run. I think there needed some changes, and then we have to see. Do you think any chance of Reliance coming back? At the moment, Kumar, no. They're out. It's a big Tata bye-bye, and they are nowhere near of a comeback or anything of that sort at the moment. But again, you never know. Things change, no? So, um, yeah, those are some of the realities of things. Do you think 10, 20 years Interkashi can build at least 1,000 million fans because the population is huge from 1% plus fans 2.5 million, 250 million? I have no clue, XNP. I don't know if Interkashi will have 5 fans, 5 lakh fans, 5 crore fans. We'll have to wait and see, right? Is any work happening for the sponsors this for the next season? Roshan, don't. I've said this to multiple people who've come on this channel. There is no point of talking about the next season. We're talking only about now, the now. Next season, we don't have a league at the moment. As I speak to you, we do not have a league. I also think ATK would have survived. And I think, Akash, they would have survived and thrived. And I think it would have been a problem in the long term for East Bengal and Mohun Bagan and Mohammedan. Because as said, the upper and middle class actually took to ATK. Mouth, one of the Australian rap duo has named what you know about me, and they've wrote this friend Akash Sangwan. Let's go listen to it. Just made to be that. Okay. We might criticize these players about how they play and all, but the fact is that these are the best players we have in our system. Each player has a journey of his own that should be respected. Yeah, very true, Sujal. So do you expect Fancourt to bag the broadcasting rights of the league? No. If you ask me honestly, no, I didn't. I didn't expect it. I feared for the worst, to be very honest. And I'm positively surprised that they've come forward and amount of money they put in. So therefore, yeah. Kolkata clubs are institutions are highly corrupt and power hungry. We can't expect anything good, says Akash. Another close model with two conferences, strict focus on youth and grassroots like MLS, otherwise stick beating no carrots. Kumar, maybe that's the way, but again, who knows? Sir, being honest, West Bengal and Mamata failed to produce employment, hire migrants, worker from Bengal. Guess Mamata Banerjee done good in education here. Some people. X9P, I think you and I don't know enough to be able to discuss what is good or what is bad happening in Bengal, so I stay out of it. In the late 80s, early 90s, Eden Gardens also had very poor bathrooms and other facilities. Post 96 World Cup, things changed for the good. The only IPL match I went back into, and I was really impressed. Yeah, IPL is taking the whole thing to the next level. Any update when the 20-year tender will come out? Listen, Ochut, forget the tender. Let the club sign on the 20-year document. Tender is very far away. I tell you again and again, guys, long-term planning is not at the moment the priority of what we are talking about. At the moment, we are talking about the basic survival of the Indian Super League. Survival. Long-term plan. No. AIFF elections. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You know. And yeah. So we are far away from those things. So therefore, that comparison doesn't work to me. Now, the what happened to upper middle class vanished after etiquette effect. I don't know. They are not fan. Again, I think a lot of ATK fans. Again, I might be wrong, but my judgment on this is that a lot of ATK fans did not switch over to the new ATK Mohun Bagan. Right? Mohun Bagan fans were ecstatic, but ATK fans I think lost their home, their identity, their club. The Saudi League is bringing in big stars. When you pay that much money to bring in a player, where does that club get the profit? Can you tell me? There is no profit, Nikhil. They're losing money. It's marketing for them. The clubs haven't signed the charter, right? No. Ocho, they've not even signed the charter for this season. Why are we talking about next season or the long term? Oh, no, do you think MLS is success in terms of fans and attendance? Yes, come on. It has been. The clubs are building their own stadiums. They're building now bigger stadiums. So from that perspective, it has been a huge success, right? It has become one of the top sports in America. It's so funny that our first tier has 14 clubs, but only 10 in second tier. Will IFL increase the number of teams? And if so, when do you think this might happen and how? So, Joe, to me, I've said this over the last couple of years a number of times. I feel with the financial situation we are in, I think an 10-team league in the top two tiers each is most probably the best we can do. Add on top of it our lack of talent, right? Or players coming through. So from my perspective, I always said, yeah, it was good. Sorry. So therefore, those are some of the issues. And yeah, so therefore, that's it. And the Saudis doing sports washing, which where West is used this term, I'm using this term. Okay. Many ATK fans were East Bengal Mohammedan fans. Why would they support ATK Mohammedan? Mohammedan sporting fans, sorry. That is like disowning your family. Uchud, yes, but again, a lot of neutral fans actually left supporting football, right? That's also a reality of things in regard to support or non lack of support of the whole thing. I've been trying to make some people see the league. Most of them have lost their interest, but everyone still tries to watch Carabasas, see matches, are aware of the team results. That's good. Apex, it's the that the league is struggling in regard to acceptance. Let me use the word acceptance. Is there, right? So not easy, difficult, but yeah. Let's see. Indian Football League fixtures do not have Churchill brothers, so they're out about ISL and IFL. Ochut, at the moment, again, we are, this is the 17th of February. The IFL starts on the 27th. The ISL has already started. As of today, as I speak on this live, Churchill Brothers are neither an ISL or an I League team. Yeah. So therefore, for me, um, as of now, Churchill Brothers is part of none of the two leagues and are potentially relegated to I League 2 or IFL 2, whatever that league is called. But, but, knowing how Indian football runs, Churchill Brothers are still trying to get into the ISL. The ISL is started, the ISL is running, but they're trying to become team number 15. Now, despite the schedule being announced of the IFL, could Churchill Brothers still get into the IFL? Could be. Because it is the All India Football Federation. So therefore, Chut, you know and I know, don't be surprised about anything. Hi, Renel. Dada, Richard Hood on one pod said a pan-Indian grassroots model won't work. We need more and more decentralized setups. More. Yeah, Renel. I don't know. This is something which I've said, I don't know how many years back, right? And Richard Hood did not exist as a coach at the time. So therefore, yeah, this is nothing new. Again, some of these things, some people say, and people say, oh, this is brilliant what he said and all. But this has been said X number of times over the years. Nothing new. Up to 10 foreign players can be signed in the Saudi league. So will their local players get a chance or will other OCI players play in the national team? Nikhil, the Saudis don't have overseas citizens of Saudi, so Saudi Arabia, so OCSA doesn't exist. Some of the Saudi younger players have actually gone to leagues abroad, Europe and all. So that might have been a good thing. So yeah, and some of the local players get less exposure. I mean, the whole saga of Churchill Brothers trying to enter ISL is pointless, right? AIFF cannot legally do that. Apex legally doing it or not doing it, and um, what does it mean? It has no value. It is, don't come with logic, don't come with legality. Churchill Brothers lost a case against Interkashi in front of CAS, the highest court in sports in the world, right? And yeah, and they're still fighting and they've been giving space. So that says everything to you. Now, do you think you make work financially and running all 3 days in football? What do I think you do first and foremost? Kumar, yeah, again, it is not something that I sit here and think and say, "Hey, let's do this, let's do that." No, it doesn't. You have to go in and understand what you have, what you don't have. And again, as long as you don't have proper broadcast money, none of this is going to be financially viable. Churchill Brothers seems like gonna get finished entirely, even in peak I League days ahead. There are more policemen than fans in the stadiums. It's Goa's football overrated. Whereas Goa football is not overrated. Again, it has quality, but it has never had the success that it could, should, needs to have in regard to attendances. So those are the realities. So Ashish Negi's video in which he told Churchill Brothers tried using political connection to get into ISL, so I think they might get a direct entry in ISL next season. Sujal, if you're not playing next season, this season, you're not going to play next season again. And if you're not getting this season, next season, the power of the clubs will be stronger than this season. So I don't see that happening. But again, I might be proved wrong. Indian football, again, let's forget the logic part to it. Now that can you bring Richard Hood on podcast? He was teaching some course in Nopang League coaches. I've seen photos. Yeah, I've spoken to Richard. Sadly, again, times have not aligned to do that. Right. Once more, reminder, like, share, and subscribe. Arun Foot here on YouTube. 21 likes so far. Thanks a lot. And yeah, spread to other people and subscribe to the channel. And let's keep on growing the channel. Do you have a prediction One which club could win the league and relegate it is still too early to predict. Still, no. Apex, as I said, I want to see 3, 4 match days, and then the league will become a little clearer. At the moment, it's not clear, in my opinion. Hi, I am good. Do you think clubs will fight for a stake in the league, or should they go to proposed AFF plan? Skadush, the clubs are the majority stakeholders of the league, only that the AFF is controlling stake. So that is the proposal. But the problem is, I don't think the proposal works. The ownership needs to completely be with the clubs. Good night, Kumar. Which Indian players impressed you in initial matches? Avi, not really anyone, but again, a usual suspect would be an Apuya who played well. I thought Rohit Danu, after a long time, seeing him top tier as a starting player, did decent, and then gets a little tough, right? Otherwise, I didn't see anything which would be sort of, yeah, impressive, great, brilliant, lovely. I want to see more of that. Didn't see much of that in the league. Yeah. So yeah. The Kerala versus fans are sad for losing the first game. Some fans are trying to boycott the games as a statement against the management. Renal, again, I think it is the right of the fans to do what they think is right or wrong. But at this time, given the realities, and Abhik has been actually very honest and open. Again, I always say more than I find it funny because he was very honest and open in the interview that we had about these things. And again, the fans think, yeah, the fans can think what they can think and want. But again, reality is the reality, right? So that's the problem. But to me, I think it is the wrong approach if the Blasters fans think that boycotting games and matches is for them, from their side, the right approach. We putting pressure on the club. I don't think it's the right thing to do, um, because I think the Blasters need all kinds of support that they can. Is Ashwin Johal the first South Asian to manage an English pyramid? Foreigner. I don't think so. We've had others as well. Yeah. I think not. I think I know that we've had others as well. Let's put it this way. Right. Trying to answer all your queries and questions that you had for today. Once more, the reminder, like this video, share this video. Um, if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. Um, watch the short videos, which I try and do on a daily basis. Help me grow the site. Sorry, the YouTube channel. Help me grow my other social medias. Follow me on those. Follow me also on others. And as always, thank you very much for that. And with that, if there is nothing else to say, as I said, I'll be back tomorrow with another Indian football and more discussion. And of course, also Thursday, Mumbai City's debut match in this season of the ISL against Chennai FC. Looking forward to that, to doing a live watch along on Thursday. And keep supporting Indian football, be it the ISL, the IFL, our national teams, other things. And never forget, Indian football needs your and my support. Thanks and good night, everyone.